Now, for those people who have moon in the sign of Libra in your natal chart, in your birth chart, now this is a strong moon, mind you, overall. However, this is a social moon. This is an emotional moon. This is a moon which tries to balance relationships. So sometimes what happens when you're trying too much to balance a relationship, it can be at your own cost. However, the zodiac has given you the opportunity that while or in your ability to be able to strike a balance in your relations, in your social connections, through that you may be able to make gains. Why? Because if moon is in the sign of Libra, then moon rules the 10th house and goes 4 houses away into the sign of Libra. So this is a strong 4-4 connection between the moon. Moon rules the 4th sign in the Kalpurush Kundi, and going into the sign of Libra means going 4 houses away from its moon Trikona sign. So the 4-4 connection. 4th house is one of the most important houses in your natal chart because it is the house of your peace, happiness, your tranquility, your assets, what you are able to save, what conveniences you are able to conjure. So this is a strong moon in the sign of Libra. So now from moon in the sign of Libra in your natal chart, Jupiter going into the sign of Gemini, which is the 9th house from the moon, which means Jupiter's 5th aspect is going to be on the moon. So only 2 aspects of Jupiter are going to be on the moon. For those people who have moon in the sign of Aquarius and those people who have moon in the sign of Libra. So these are strong placements, these two, Jupiter's aspect on it. Apart from Jupiter, now those people who have moon in the sign of Gemini, where moon and Jupiter are coming together. So now the 5th aspect of Jupiter is going to be on your natal moon when Jupiter goes into the sign of Gemini. So this is a very, very strong, powerful Jupiter aspecting the moon in Libra sign from the 9th house, from moon sign perspective, mind you, not your rising sign, but moon sign. So Jupiter from the 9th house, which it rules in the Kalpurush Kundi, aspecting the moon in Libra with the 5th house. Very, very strong expansion in your ability to make gains through your relationship, through your social connections, through your ability to be able to make new connections. So because Jupiter also rules the 3rd house of effort, creativity, innovation, ability to influence people. So you will be able to influence people through your communication skills, through your ability to be able to speak sophisticated language in a very balanced manner, in a very charming manner, and getting people towards your side is a fantastic placement. However, Jupiter also rules the 6th house and now aspecting moon in the sign of Libra. Sometimes you can be of too much service to people in your relationships, because of which your gains get impacted. Because Jupiter is in the sign of Gemini, sometimes you will be dual-minded. Should I really, do much more for these people, or should I only take care of myself? So moon being in the sign of Libra, sometimes you tend to be too giving. So this is a placement, especially with Jupiter going into the sign of Gemini and aspecting moon with the 5th house, which means, with this 5th aspect means, be learned enough not to give too much into your social connection, but also take care of yourself. Otherwise, the 6th house of enemies or inimical forces acting behind your back will also get activated. So use the 9th house placement of Jupiter with this 5th aspect more to your advantage rather than being too charitable to giving. So because moon rules the 10th house from its moon sign perspective of being in Libra, so your career will be activated through your ability to be able to use your education, your higher learning, your higher qualification to get ahead. So use your education, use your experience to be able to use it to focus on your career, focus on your relationship and getting ahead. So overall, this is a slightly tricky placement where you may tend to give too much into others, to be too social, too giving, too helpful to others. So as long as you're able to balance it and take care of yourself also, this is a very good expansive Jupiter getting into the sign of Gemini for you.